Hi, second grade. Earlier this week, you started working on your COVID time capsule. Today, we're going to review how to write a letter so that you can include a letter or a couple letters into your time capsule. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, COVID time capsule letter. This is going to be a quick review. How to write a letter. First, you need that date in the upper right-hand corner. Then you need your greeting. Dear, who are you writing to? And you also need to make sure you put that comma. Then we include the body of the letter. This person wrote, I miss my friends and being at school so much. What do you miss the most? I have enjoyed sleeping in, staying in my PJs, and spending extra time with family. What have you enjoyed doing? I hope to hear from you soon. So that is where you actually write the letter after you've put the date and the greeting. And then when you're all done, we have our closing. This is where you write your friend, your family, your teacher, love, sincerely. There's lots of ways you can close a letter. And just like our greeting, we have that comma there. And then you have your signature, which is your name. A couple other things to note about writing a letter. Commas. We want to make sure that we have those commas after the greeting and the closing. You also want to put spaces in your letter to separate some of these different elements. So we have our greeting, and then I like to put a space before I start writing the body of my letter. Then I put another space before I start writing the closing. Now, second grade, all letters should be formatted like this. It doesn't matter if you're writing a casual letter or a formal letter. You want to practice putting the date, the greeting, the body, the closing, the signature, and include those commas and spaces. It also doesn't matter what kind of paper you're using. You can still set up your letter the same way if you're writing it in a card or a piece of notebook paper like you see here, a piece of paper that doesn't have lines. You can still make your letter the way it is supposed to be. So your job, second grade, is to write a letter to yourselves. So I would be writing a letter to myself. You might be thinking, why would I do that, Mrs. Bishop? Well, here's why. In 30 years, what do you want to remember to tell someone about this time? In 30 years, all of you will be 38 or 37 years old. You might have a family of your own and be telling your own children about the time the world shut down because of COVID-19. So, what I want you to think about is what questions would you ask somebody who lived through this time that you would want to know? Here are some ideas that I have for you. What did you do every day? How did your parents work? How did you have school? What did people have to do to not spread the virus? How did you talk to your friends and family? How did you feel? What was your favorite memory? What did you miss the most? Second grade, these are not the only things you can include. Again, I want you to think about what are those things that you want to be able to tell someone in 30 years during this time. And as you can see, you need to write at least 5 sentences because that will make a good second grade letter. Now, once you are finished with the letter to yourself, I want you to sit down with your family and write a letter together. You can include these same things. What have all of you been doing every day? You might be doing much different things than your older or younger siblings. Maybe your parents have a different idea of how they've worked and how homeschooling has gone for them. And you can all talk about what your favorite memory is as a family and maybe what you miss the most. You do not have to write the letter from your family, but I would like everybody to write the letter to themselves this week. Now, your activity is to write a letter to yourself to add to your time capsule that we worked on earlier this week. I would like to give credit to Long Creations for the creation of this product. And as always, share your hard work on Seesaw. I cannot wait to see what you do. Bye, second grade.